Welcome, one and all. I'm Mark Henry Davis, and welcome back to my Super Mario Galaxy playthrough. And this time, our goal is to center the universe. We're gonna be needing these one-ups. Obviously, it ain't gonna be an easy time, but 9 should be enough. It's time. Do you want to go to the location of your special one, center the universe? Hell yeah. Well, there's nothing better to do actually. I've been actually staving this off for a very long time. Now I think about it. I could have gone here like 10 parts ago, now I think about it. Anyways, cutscene.
Go, Mario.
Alright, here we are. Bowser's Galaxy Reactor. The fate of the universe. With one of the few cutscenes to lead us in, the dramatic name, the whole quest leading up to this moment, the stage is definitely set. Not platforming segment to start off. The spotlights have their own gravity. Try sticking to them. And that's what we have to do. I mean, I guess you could, if you really had a big dick, you could just try to triple jump, wall jump, then spin, get your way up there. I don't know if that's possible, but I just want to take on the platform challenge for what it was. And yes, this music also just really fucking good, dude. I know maybe I didn't compliment the music as much as I should, or maybe on your opinion a little too much, but definitely didn't do my props for Gusty Garden Galaxy. It's a good song, but anyways, here we're just focusing on dodging these fire bars. It's not anything too hard, but it can be annoying if you get hit because it takes you out of gravity. Basically makes you start the whole platforming segment over, I'm pretty sure, but I didn't have to experience that here. Dodge those 2 dry bones by doing a backflip into this little thing of light that brings us to our next platforming segment. Now we have something that's reminiscent of Melty Moten Galaxy. Nothing too hard, but did you do notice that you're gonna have to dodge left and right those spires coming out on the planet? You could try for that one up there. I recommend you don't, and end up risking a life trying to get a life. I guess you break even. And now that we made it out of that rather quickly, we're on this ice planet now. Honestly, if you go down there, you burn. You take like a heat damage, like lava damage, and you could come back up. But I think eventually these platforms wither away. Yeah, they're about to fall down. Yeah, they go away. And if you walk away from them, they also just go away. But I don't know if they come back if you walk back. But there's really nothing there for us. There's a one up there that yeah, to the right, the platform that I've dodged, but really no need for it. This is kind of a Dusty Dune style level design and aesthetic here. You can't go to the left, to the right like we could in Dusty Dune. You can only go to the right. And just like that, we're on to another platforming segment. We're blazing right through this level, and honestly, it's not too hard. It's actually pretty easy stuff in my opinion until we get here. You have to wall jump on these things that are disappearing in front of you, but oh, you see that? The platforms eventually go away, and we have the switch in gravity right here, which is very convenient with these fire bars. So you have to time your jump perfectly, but also avoid the fire bars and also have gravity in mind. Be very annoying. But I should have you know the checkpoint is at the beginning of that section, not the beginning of this one. So if you die here, you gotta do not only this part over, but also that gravity section over, which I might have to do because this section can be very hard. You have multiple spots where you have 2 homing bullet bills coming at you, and also, as we're gonna see here, we got a big boy coming up. Look at that big cannon, bonsai bill. Good thing about the bullet bills, I guess, is that if you get the bullet bills to hit these Bowser statues, they'll pop out a coin, but there's enough coins to go around just on the platforms themselves. So I'm just trying my yeah, between the fire damage, the bullet bills, and the bonsai bill, it's very hard to get out of the segment without dying. Even harder to do it without getting damaged, and just like that I get comboed. But I'm back at the beginning, and I get comboed once again. So I was doing pretty damn good up until this point. I do think this is where stuff gets especially hard. There's so much being this is so much being thrown at you over a lack of platforms right next to lava, and I take that hit. I was fine with it, and I maintain my status on a platform. And this is a good place to be because I don't think you attract the attention of any of those bullet bills to the left of you, and these bullet bills won't pop up until you approach them about right here. So I'm doing okay now. Luckily that bullet bills hits the cannon there. And got one more volley to dodge. One more bonsai bill. Just go ahead of that. We got 6 cans of bullet bills right here. And there would be another bonsai bill, but I went fast. And we make it to the end. Looking for Princess Peach? Too bad, she's with me. Oh, Mario's getting real serious now. He knows the end, about to finish him off. Yep. One last platforming segment. We have to do something that is very similar to 2 Bowser battles ago, or maybe the last Bowser fight. We firing like asteroids at us as these platforms, break down. But you have more than enough time. You take the volleys. I'll ignore that extra life. Doesn't matter, we have the life extension. From the galaxy I rule, a great galactic empire with Peach by my side. It will last forever. I will rule every pitiful corner of this universe. So Mario, as you can see, got big plans. Stomping news on the top of my list. Alright, the final battle begins. Very similar to every other Bowser battle. This time, he just take more hits, and he can do more stuff just like this. So this is like Boulder Bowser. Instead of the little jelly filling, we have Bowser's head to hit. But overall, I think I had the most trouble with this part of the boss fight. But once you get a nice hit on him, you just do the same thing that you always did with these fights. It's the hardest just to hit the head. It's harder to hit the head in my opinion than getting him to hit the lava on the planet. But anyways, you have more than enough coins to heal yourself up. But it's just the spin. I was having a lot of trouble spinning in this session of recordings because, well, I don't know why. I guess I was expecting it to be a little faster, but there is a little bit of a delay. I had to back up a little bit, and this time I get it. It's a very small, like less than a half of a second of a delay. I would say less than like a tenth of a second of a delay, but it's big enough to make me get to fuck up enough to get hit a couple times in this. But overall, I come out with 5 health. This is the second phase. This time, he's gonna roll up to a double-sided shell, and you have to hit him with these bulbous plants, and it's very easy to. The bulbous plants are very forgiving. Well, they're very forgiving in how they treat the getting touched by a bulbous plant. And bulbous plant also takes up fire for you. And look at that! See how forgiving it is. The rebound of it making it back to its point also count as a hit, even though it probably didn't have that much force behind it in reality. But Obviously there I struggled to get my spin out in time. Oh, again I messed up, and just like that, he makes a recovery. But since he spawned right next to a bulbous plant, my spin barely hit it. I see he hit it late, but hit him once and hit him twice. Oh, get rolled over again. Ah, man. This boss fight can be a little frustrating, but I think ultimately it's more frustrating than it is hard. And here, back to the plant that we fought him on so many times. This is the last phase of this Bowser fight. Gonna stomp out 3 rays of lasers at you. Still getting in this double-sided shell roll, but that's fine. Gonna jump up as he normally does and do it a second time, right into the lava. Say he didn't learn from his old tactics. He's trying to rule the whole universe, and he's still getting beat basically by the same tactics and his own planet construction. He's getting angry. I'd be pretty angry too if I was that fucking dumb. But now he's sending out a lot of fireballs, and they're not really that effectual. You just pretty much stay in one spot, move left and right slightly, and you dodge it. And you're just doing slight maneuvers to get out of his way. Once again, he jumps up, down into the lava he goes of his own planet. Mario is basically here just to take advantage of the mentally disabled, in my opinion, because he has or the mentally insane, I should say. Hit him one more time, and that's it. The last hit. He loses the will to fight, and he falls to the lava. Here, the last grand power star of our playthrough. Beautiful. Luma that helped us with our spin this whole time, gave us the power to abused so many platforming sections is now leaving us. Spin has been invaluable to us. But I guess every Luma must be born. Hopefully into something greater. You hear the baby stars? These newborns will grow up to be galaxies someday. Yeah, I hear them alright. When stars die, they turn to stardust and scatter across the cosmos. Eventually, that stardust reforms to create a new star. The cycle of life begins. But the cycle never repeats itself in quite the same way. So, you'll see. We did it. Yes, all new life carries the essence of stars, even all of you.
Welcome, welcome, new galaxy.
Well, I guess those new galaxies will manifest themselves in Super Mario Galaxy 2. But for now, we've pretty much seen all the galaxies that there are in this game. Although, we're not finished, folks. There's much more to come. But with the credits rolling, why not reflect? Going into this Let's Play, I played this game many a times, and I always thought it was one of the greatest games, if not the greatest game I ever played. Definitely one of my favorites. I don't know when I made this channel. I don't know if I put it in the top 5 favorite games of all time when I first made this channel, but it definitely should be in there. I also fucked up and didn't put Earthbound in there. I don't know how I forgot that, but anyways. And really, this playthrough hasn't really changed anything. Like, it didn't make me notice things that were bad or take any new appreciation in that. And from that aspect, I guess I kind of failed in a way, because I didn't really make a point to find a new experience in the game or a new point of view. I kind of just did the same thing as I always did. But in terms of the game itself that I have experienced, and the experience I had, it was always fantastic. And for the most part, I've had fun doing this, and any pain or frustration is merely me wanting this game play to go smoothly as possible. And I know I say that with the herky jerk sentence there, but yes, this playthrough has been frustrating, but it had nothing to do with the game. It had everything to do with me, personal issues, personal situations and circumstances, and me keeping up with my schedule. And this had nothing to do with the game. And it kind of sucks that me taking time to put my playthrough on YouTube, it was a subpar one compared to what it could be. But overall, even with subpar circumstances, I ended up putting up something that is still kind of enjoyable to watch, because it's still Super Mario Galaxy at the end of the day. It's still a fantastic game through varied platforming challenges. And to think of the time in 2007, coming out of all these platforming games, it just seems like, even to this day, it's still incredibly original. But then I guess like, it had to blow people's socks off. Like, it had to be considered so great compared to 64 and Sunshine, just platformer games in general. This game is pretty much in a group all of its own. I mean, this and Galaxy 2, and then, you know, obviously Galaxy 2, but maybe some other games. But it's in a group, a very small group, of just one of the greatest games ever made. And it's all original stuff for the most part. And yeah, I'm not done with the game. There's obviously, we have a little bit left to do. Maybe any stuff that I feel like I forgot to say here, I'll say later on, but that's pretty much it. It is a simple game with variations of pretty much the same challenge. You know, you can get to point A to point B under this amount of time, or doing these certain things, or with this amount of coins. It's pretty much a simple but great, effective, and not even to mention a beautiful game to look at as well. It still looks good on my 1080p 32-inch TV with fucking composite cables. Thank you so much for watching, and
Thank you so much for playing my game.
well, that too. But tune in a couple days at least. Oh, who cares about this? Oh, I care about that.